Ada. Today I'm back with another Zoom interview because we're in the middle of a pandemic. So I wish we weren't, but you might will be seeing a in-person interview pretty soon. But anyway, I'm here today talking about cuddling and like with a cuddle with actually one of my old teachers. So if you might want to hear a amazing story, please stick around, turn on subtitles, because if you can't understand me, then what's the point of watching the video? So please turn on subtitles, subscribe if you're new, like this video, and comment down below. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sally McGackran. I am an itinerant teacher for students with orthopedic impairments, and I work for a special school district in St. Louis County, Missouri, however you want to say it.
Yeah, I don't know how people want to say it, but yeah.
Missouri.
Yep. So for those of you who don't know what an itinerant is, you want to explain it so people.
Okay. Students with orthopedic impairments. I help students with technology, such as on a computer, an iPad, iPods. There's all kinds of stuff out there that kind of help level the playing field. Kids that have a hard time, the kids will use switches. If we use wherever that student is, whatever they can do versus what they can't do, we use that to help them access their gen ed curriculum with assistive technology, and that is on a spectrum, because assistive tech goes from a pencil grip to maybe a slant board, to a special kind of paper or a pen to make it easier for kids to write, all the way to the other end with speech to text, with switches for head arrays, mouse. I mean, there are some kids that use a mouse pen that they use on a computer. We work with kids what they can do, along with trying to teach kids to self-advocate for themselves, to know what they need, where it is, and how someone can help them so they can go out into the world and do what they need to do and what they dream to do.
Definitely. And maybe I'll do another video on that. That's not going to be in this video, but yeah. So now you know what Miss Mac does. So Miss Mac also has a funnel, if you didn't notice. And so I just thought, why not? I don't have many people on here with a funnel, and I hope this video will inspire you if you're somebody living with a funnel as well. So let me unlock my iPad really fast and pull up my phone because it locked me out.
Well, I have it up on mine, and it says the first one was, I know you are living with a stutterer. Can you explain what that is for people who may not know what that is?
Yep.
Well, that's me. I know what I want to say, and my speech at times is not fluent. It comes in with breath and all of that fancy science stuff, and Um, it's, I know what I say. I know what I want to say at times. And sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes it comes out kind of wonky.
Definitely. And I know how that is. Even with talking devices, sometimes sometimes people get all messed up. And so that brings me back to my communication video. If you might for that, that's why you often have to miss people's time, and time is the best thing you can give people. Because even with me, who doesn't have a funnel but a mild speech impairment, sometimes it takes me a while to get work out because I have to replay what I want to say because I can't make certain sounds. Or I can, but they're not understandable to the human ear. If you don't know me very well, or if you're very new to me. So, my Miss Matt said, please miss a time to get our word out.
Yeah, and do not talk for me.
Yeah.
Do not try. You think you are helping, but please do not try to finish my sentence. Even if you are going to say what you think that I was going to say, it's kind of embarrassing when I do stutter, and that just increases the anxiety when someone finishes my sentences for me.
Definitely. And people do that with me too. Because they're impatient and all with
No, you know what? I think at times they're just trying to help. You know, that they think, oh, I'll just help her out and finish it out because she's stressed or whatever. And I don't know what causes it.
Right.
I mean, no one knows what causes stuttering.
Right.
It just is. Now, I do know that my dad stuttered some, not as much as I do, but my dad stuttered. And I don't know if there's a genetic link there, but my sister doesn't. My sister is absolutely fine. She has never stuttered. And like I said, my dad stuttered a little bit once in a while, but not like I did. And it's not as bad now. It was worse when I was younger, like in grade school and middle school. That was bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I just got to the point where I'm just like, people deal with me. This is who I am. I'm not going to worry. I mean, I still worry about it, but not as much as I used to.
Right. And I think that comes into owning your disability or owning your disorder. I'm a huge advocate for that here on the channel because you can't get rid of it. People can't get rid of it. Yeah, there might be medicine or treatment or whatever for some diagnosis or disorder, but like own it. That's the best thing you can do. I was on a hospice form the other day with my woman society, and we were talking about how important it is to find your voice and advocate for your disability. So
but see, that is the funny point. Is I was never okay. Age wise, when I was in school and in grade school, middle school, and high school, there were no labels. As long as you could walk and talk and halfway get through, you were fine. You were just part of the herd. Okay.
right.
So I have never been to a speech path. Now I've talked to some speech paths that I've worked with, over the years,
Right.
but then I finally got to the point of that's me, so
Definitely.
I just said that's me. And so as far as I'm kind of from that before time with labels, so I don't have a label as such.
That is really nice. And honestly, I don't, and I want to know in the comments, do you want to go back to hiding with no label? I I would like to know people's opinion on that.
That's a very that's a very hard question because I see both sides of it from from the teaching side of it
Right, right,
to, that helps guide you as to the kinds of things that you might need to do to help. But I also see the other side of it, that then people get their own ideas stuck in their head, and they worry more about what you can't do than what you can
right.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a hard one for me as a teacher. But I've never really looked at my students that way. That's why until I really meet a student, I do not look at their file. I never have.
Right,
Um, I don't want, kids move, they can move from school to school, and lots of things that are written down are very subjective.
right,
And I do not want to start with that. I want to start with a kid. Now, what I need to know is like medical information, things,
right,
medical stuff. Um, if there's allergies, or some kind of thing that way,
right,
that is really the only stuff that I really want to know about a student until I actually meet them,
right.
because I want to start with a fresh slate. I don't want to do what somebody else was doing. I might use it, but I want to take a look at that kid and start fresh.
Definitely. And I'm thinking from a younger daughter and Heidi. Wouldn't it be nice if Heidi like not teach plain citizen looked at us like from a human that we are and not the diagnosis that we are?
I totally agree with that, because sometimes that diagnosis comes ahead of that person.
Right,
And that, well, see, and I'm coming from a standpoint where there was a big thing years ago where it was, a like an, an Anna with cerebral palsy,
right.
and my granddaughter has autism.
He does?
And
I didn't know that.
oh yeah, she's 22.
Nice.
Yeah, and she has autism. And I was talking with her the other day, and I don't know how we got on the subject, but I said her name with autism, and she was very upset with me because um she she wants it flipped around. She is
Right.
autistic, and I had never really thought about it in that context, because I'm coming from a different perspective.
Right.
And she was quite upset with me. So she kind of sat me down and kind of, it's like, this is who I am. And I guess I feel the same way, because when I was reading your questions, and you were saying, how about my diagnosis journey, it's like I
Right.
never had a diagnosis journey. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
it's just this is just the way I am. So
Right.
I guess I didn't want to be Mrs. Mac with stuttering,
Right.
you know, so I had never really thought about it in that context.
Right. So if you have an opinion about that, let me know. Let us know. I'll email it to Miss Matt. We would
I'm
love
more than
to know.
happy, more than happy.
And my next question, you already I know you can you explain your diagnosis and how money and how it impacts your mind?
Well, I'll be honest with you, for a very, very, very long time, I would not talk on the phone. I was scared to death to talk on the phone because that was a real trigger for me. I mean, making doctor's appointments, ordering a pizza, just petrified me. And my husband, who I love with all my heart, did some tough love. He was like, if you want it, go order it. And I was like, yeah, but you know, what if I start to stutter? And he's like, as long as they find out where we live and they get the money, they're not going to care. You know, so that anxiety level, he made me face that. And I still have, sometimes I'll have problems on the phone. I don't preempt anyone and say like, hey, if I'm not clear in my speech, it's because I stutter. I never do that. I never announce it. You know, it's part of me, you know, just like my glasses, it's part of me. So it's just I've just kind of put it off on the rest of the world.
Right. And I don't know, I probably never told you this, but I had kind of the same thing because of my impairment.
Yes, I get it.
From the morning time I was like, no, I'm not going mom control or dad control, this
Yep.
person control, or I did everything online. Through Instagram DM or
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger or online website content. And then like when I was a senior in high school, I started calling my base to find out my base balance. And
Really?
that worked out. And then I started calling my eye doctor to make my own appointment. And well, I needed to know. Well, I'll tell you what happened. I needed to know when my appointment was because for some reason I didn't have it in my calendar. And so I ended up being able to do that a couple weeks ago. So I'm finally kind of getting used to it. And it's not that bad because the trouble is they don't understand me. I can just hang up my phone and call back to bed, you know.
You do what you gotta do.
Yep, with someone with me. So there's a lot of ways that you can make phone calls. So if you're sad to make phone calls, maybe to try and work on the work, hang up the phone. They're not gonna know, you know.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yep. What is your biggest challenge that you have had to overcome just having a stutter, and how did you overcome it?
Speaking in front of a group. Um that and reading out loud. You know how they would do that round robin reading in class. Huge for me. And then in high school, you have to take a speech class, you know, or something along that line. And I did. And the wild part that I figured out, and it carried through as I worked on both of my bachelor's degree and both of my master's degree in education, is I I could not stand at the podium thing that they would give you.
Yeah.
If I stood there, I couldn't get a word out. I don't know what it triggered in my mind. So what I would do is, if they set it on a desk, I would come around to the front of the desk and kind of lean on the desk, and I would talk from there.
Right.
And still today in meetings, I have a hard time. Part of it is the vision, because if I'm reading from a document that I haven't made the font larger, reading from it will just stop me in my tracks. But if I just talk and I don't read it, and it's not that I'm winging it, because I already wrote it all down. I know what I want to say, but I made it sound really fluffy and nice and very professional. But if I just say it, I just do it I give the synopsis, and then I'm fine. So that was my biggest challenge, especially as a teacher, going into some of these meetings, which could have anywhere from 3 people to 20 people, none of them that I know, and then having to present my information. So that was actually my largest challenge, that I think.
Yeah, I kind of have the similar story. And I'm been a parent because I think that would help you. And you may know what he could talking about, and you may not, who happen to be my best friend's dad now. But I used to be really afraid to like talk in front of my class, because I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but when people look at you, you can kind of tell in their face that they don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so that was the most, that is the most terrifying thing for me sometimes. But I had this one robotic teacher who Mr. Panda is walking the high, but he we had one presentation in his class, and he offered me to sit in the bathroom room and he would do it, for me. And I said, no, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna try this. And everyone applauded me at the end. And I was like, okay, so this isn't that bad. If I don't read directly on the board.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is so funny.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it was my freshman year of high school.
Well, I really didn't see you much during your during your senior year.
No, my freshman year.
Oh, your freshman year. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see you a lot during your freshman year.
Yeah, but yeah, and the funny thing is, Mr. Panda is now my best friend's dad.
Wow.
So, and now that I'm out of high school, don't call him Mr. Panda anymore. I call him my name or Pastor Dad or whatever. But yeah, so he's the one that kind of hold me away. But if you don't read off the board in a presentation, it's okay. But today I made an international presentation and I didn't read anything I wrote.
Yeah.
If you know,
Well, now the one thing that I like to do is I do like to have bulleted points, and I'll have them kind of in a large font where I can just look down at them.
Right.
Just the big things.
Yeah, I used to do that in marketing.
And that helped. But really, it just kind of I also do a little meditation sometimes before a big meeting to just
Oh,
kind of,
that's a good idea.
just to kind of bring myself down a little lower
Right.
than so as the anxiety comes up. But see, for me, the anxiety has never been the trigger. I've never been able to figure out. Now, my husband has always said that when my mom was still alive, and if he wasn't home, he could always tell that I talked to my mom on the phone. Because when he came home, my speech was just horrible. And he would say, "Did you talk to your mom today?" And I would say, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, I thought so." So I don't know what that, and I love my mom. My mom was um, the biggest supporter of me in my entire life. So I don't know what that connection is.
Yeah, I don't know what my thing is either, but now it is.
Yeah, there it is. And that's really kind of where I'm at, in this point of my life.
Right.
Well, and I used to feel really, really sorry for myself. I mean,
Right.
there was that standpoint of, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that.
Right.
You need to make this call for me. I can't make that appointment. And I watched some stuff about, like I said, stuttering and life is all on a spectrum.
Right.
And I've listened to some people that really do suffer with stuttering, and
Right.
they really can't get things out, and they really can't um order and go into a fast food place or
Right.
make a phone call. So I kind of looked at myself, and it was just like, and you think you have it bad? Not that I want bad things to happen to other people.
Right.
It's just like, you need to be blessed and own where you are.
Yeah. Sometimes I think when you see somebody who a lot worse on the kind of better for you to reevaluate your health.
Yes, it really makes you take stock of what you have
Right.
versus what you don't have.
Right.
So in that standpoint, I feel very blessed. I've been able to work for special for a long, long time, and I've helped a lot of students. And I'm going to work probably another 2 or 3 years, and then I'm going to retire.
Nice. What is your biggest piece of advice for someone who might be afraid to talk or speak due to a stutter?
Um, Let me think on that one just for a minute.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that I am going to say is there is no one there is no one better than you. Someone can be smarter, somebody can have more money, but there is no one better than you. And you are just be the best that you can be. And the rest of the world is just going to have to deal with it.
Right. I agree with that because I often hear some people who follow me on YouTube and Instagram, my Instagram and YouTube, who are people, they're like, well, I hate my disability. I don't know what to do about it. People don't like me, and I'm like, that's who you are. You're amazing. You do have something to offer. Sometimes people say, well, I don't have anything to offer. How is it that you do? And I've always tell them you gotta put work into find what you have to offer.
Well, and I think that's what helped me is that I started out, I wanted to work in uh, early childhood. So I was taking classes because what I wanted to do was open my own childcare center. So that's what I was going to school for in the very beginning. And then life kind of got in the way, and I got married and moved several times, and I stopped going to school. And then my husband and I moved to Sedalia, Missouri, and I was trying to find a job just to help out. And I went to work for the state school for this is the terminology from long ago and far away, for the trainably retarded.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't even know that name was
Yes. There were trainably retarded, and there was students that they considered that you could educate retarded. And I had never, I mean, the only person with Down syndrome that I had ever been around was my husband's aunt. And she, at that point, she was in her 50s. And I told him, you know, and I had a chance for this job. And I said, I don't know if I can do this. And he said, go and find out. The only way you're going to find out is if you go and you find out. And that's actually where it all switched. Was working there, and I worked with Cora D. Witt was the teacher that I worked with, and she was so far ahead of her time. She, at that point, she had to hide reading books when her supervisor would come to do an observation, because what she was supposed to be doing at that point was more like, you know, artsy crafty stuff, functional living things, which are important, but you know, and she was like, no, you start with a kid where they're at and you take them as far as they could go. And she had, you know, and I started with a student. The one thing that I taught him how to do, and it started out that I made a stencil of an R out of cardboard, and I'd have him practice for Rick. That was his name, or is his name. And and he was so proud of himself the day that he came up to the blackboard at the front of the school of the room, and he made a big R on the blackboard, or actually it was green. And that's actually where the spark came from that set me on the path that I've been on the rest of my professional life.
amazing. And yeah, so yeah, don't underestimate people that
Exactly. You know, and yeah, so, but really do what you can. Push yourself past your comfort zone, because if you stay in your comfort zone, those walls will creep in on you, and then you're going to be able to do less and less. You know, so you've got to, and true learning doesn't occur until you step out of that comfort zone. And then the other thing that I would say is that you learn more from what you mess up than from what you get perfect.
Yeah. And,
you know.
Yeah, and my brand in a member. I wanted it when I was more in high school, not knowing when I was doing. I thought, oh, the only people that I'm gonna watch is family, you know. And then I got more into it, and I took like marketing and
you took chances, risk.
Right.
You know, and some things are going to work and some things aren't.
Right. So definitely take rest, as you said. Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I do want to say, during this time period, my speech has fluctuated from fluent to kind of to the point that I would say was on the verge of not being fluent for certain periods of time. And I am not anxious, so I am not stressed. So a lot of people will say it's with, that you're too stressed. And my mother would tell me, you just need to slow down and, take a deep breath and all of these things. And I can stutter when I sing.
Right.
But the one thing that I have learned is if I have stuttered, the second time that I say a sentence, then I don't stutter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have another friend of mine who also has cerebral palsy, and he had a stutter, and her mom discovered that he doesn't stutter when she's singing.
When she's what?
Singing.
Singing?
Yep.
Well, I can't say that. Sometimes, now once I start singing, I don't stutter. But to start, like just that beginning word or two, yeah, I will stutter.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just a mess.
No, you're not. And this has to be a really interesting conversation.
Well, you know what? And I think that's the one thing that labels do. That now that I've thought about what you said about the world with and without labels, is that it's like I've said, it's all on a spectrum, and cerebral palsy is on a spectrum.
Right.
Stuttering is on a spectrum. All kinds of things are on a spectrum. Autism is on a spectrum. That we get labels for the outside world are kind of a cookie cutter of what you can and cannot do. And that part I disagree with wholeheartedly. I disagree with. I like the medical end of it so I can, start from where I need to start.
Definitely.
But not that's what you are.
Right. I remember Heidi. Like that.
Yeah.
The teacher, it makes sense that you need to know the diagnosis. The teacher, doctor, therapist, but I remember Heidi.
Oh no.
Yeah. It doesn't.
No.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, my bad question is there anything else that you think people can know about people that have stutter?
And you said it earlier. Give them some time. Please don't look at your watch or look at the clock and don't look away.
Don't nap him up,
Yeah, I mean that just that makes you eat even more. Come on, kind of a vibe. Just let them go. And if and if they can't finish that thought, you just go on to the next person or come back and say, hey, I'll come back to you. And then, kind of let them off to kind of maybe bring themselves down or whatever they need to do. I can't even tell you what mine starts and what mine stops.
Right.
I do know that sometimes once I get started, then I'm fine. It's that initial, the thing that I hate is not the right word. The thing that I struggle with more than anything else is if you're in some kind of a big meeting and there's 20 people or 3 people or whatever it is, and the first thing that they do is they'll say, let's introduce ourselves. And what is your role? To me, that is my stressor, because I know I'm going to mess it up. I know I'm going to stutter. And I do. And it used to really bother me that people are going to think, too, when I stutter, that they are going to think that I am not as knowledgeable of what I need to say. Because some people will really talk a great game, and you'll sit there and think, wow, they're really, they're really smart just by how they're talking and the language that they can throw out with 6 and 7 syllable words. And then here I am with my 1 or 2 or 3 syllable words that they're going to think less of me as a professional. It's in there. It just sometimes can't get out.
Right. Yeah, that I see where you're coming with that, because I worry about that too. In the thing that the woman society I'm in, sometimes we'll do every Tuesday we have a tour on the app for Clubhouse about a certain topic that's open to everybody.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in the society to be on that disability awareness tour, and most of those people don't know who I am. So I definitely get worried when they say, oh, and all the moderators introduce themselves. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing. I mean, I'll kind of look around the room as it's coming towards me. And I'd rather at times be the first one than be the last one. And I don't know why. I guess I don't know why.
That's the same thing with me. That was me in high school. I don't know. Yeah.
I think because when I think about it, I think probably the reason I do ask to go first is that after you've had so many people say their name and their role, and it comes out so fluid and all of that, and then they come to me and it's like there's a up there. I'd rather have it at the beginning than at the end.
Right. Definitely. Oh, thank you, Miss Matt, for being on my channel. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you're new here, the red button, hit it, subscribe. I will make new family member. We are almost at 600 subscribers.
Wow. And just one more thing.
Yep.
For whoever is listening, there is no one better than you. And you need to remember that.
Definitely. And please subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. Matthew. I'm gonna put the recording